Good morning, Luis. I am Citlali Romo with Samara Martinez. Thank you for joining us this early morning.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you are all enjoying the summer weather and are starting these midterms off strong.
I don't know about strong, but I know that's where we have to gear to.
I know, but next week is spring break. So the best that we can do is, like push everybody to go hard right now. If you don't feel like studying, just take a look at it, glance at it a little bit, glance at it, kind of, But other than that, I feel, you gotta feel good. You gotta help you around. You'll be good.
I know.
Don't stress about
it. It's going to be great. You'll be fine. Let's start with our trending topics. Tweet number 1. Dun, 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 dun. So Samsung is coming out with a new phone. It's the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So this was a video actually, but it was just kind of showing how good the quality of the camera is, and it is actually really crazy. Like you zoom in super, you know how on iPhones, I have an iPhone, so on iPhones when you zoom in, by the time that you zoom in at its maximum capacity, it's super blurry. So you still really, it's kind of pointless to zoom in my opinion. But the Galaxy is crazy with it. You'll zoom in and it's still very, very clear. Like the pixels on it are super good.
And a lot of people like slander, like will push around about like Galaxies and like the Google Pixels and like Samsung in general. But like actually, like it's crazy how good technology is now, because Apple used to be the start of everything. Right. And now it's not. Now it's switching and everything. And I honestly know, because my uncle just ended up like, he deals with like Samsungs and that, like he helps them out, and iPhones. So it's crazy for him to like see that, because they're really coming up now.
No,
like,
for sure.
Really coming up.
I wouldn't switch over, but I thought that was super cool. Because the camera, I love me a good camera quality.
And a tweet for number 2. Okay, so there has been the biggest snowstorm of a season that ended in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California overnight. And this was just a couple days ago, which is like crazy, because like we are experiencing summer over here. And in California, it's like a blizzard. And it's like a huge snowstorm, like roads were shut down. I kind of watched a news like clip on it. Roads were shut down, like kids like couldn't go to school, like jobs were just kind of like, hey, like work from home if you can, or don't come in today.
Right,
like
the smart way.
Like the smart things to do.
Yeah, I did not know that.
There's still more snow going for them. So I think that's crazy, because like over here I was out yesterday in a t-shirt, and now looking at this, I was like, wow.
Does that mean that we're getting some snow too?
No. Okay. Spring. We need spring here. We don't need any of this.
Is that coming to us?
No, I hope not.
And on to my tweet. Yesterday was Chicago's 187th birthday. So 187 years ago, Chicago was officially founded.
I know.
And I thought it was so cool, because I didn't know that. So when I seen it, I was like, amazing, it's Chicago's birthday. And
it is.
I am a big city girl. I love going to Chicago, whether it's like nightlife or just to go out to eat, like all around. I just love being in the city. So I thought it was nice. And the picture's just so pretty.
Yeah, no, Chicago's beautiful in general. And then even just like, it's small things that people do like to make it nice, like the new business shops, or like making bright lights, and then picking up trash on the floor. Because I've seen that a couple times, like people walk by and pick it up. But Chicago's gorgeous, unfortunately, and every city has areas. But
and if you haven't had the chance, go try out the restaurants on Randolph Street. They're so good.
And now for tweet number 2. I picked Chicago too. I didn't even realize, but I did it from the White Sox standpoint, just because they kind of made it going into like, hey, because they might move to the new location that they've been talking about. So they kind of did like, hey, Chicago, and then like under it was like, if this is our last time, like this is the gorgeous like view of them. And so it's,
I like the picture graphic. I like how Chicago, you still see the skyline.
You still see the skyline. And I actually use it for the photo more than anything, because I was just like, and it is it's a gorgeous city. Unfortunately there are things, but like I just love how like the graphic, even in the sky, like it looks perfect.
It looks so beautiful.
I'm a Chicago White Sox fan.
Me too. Ready for baseball season.
I know, it's creeping up.
And onto my TikTok. Rihanna was in concerts. She was performing for a wedding. It was a pre-wedding event for a couple in India. a few years back they had hired Beyonce, and this year was Rihanna. So they had their own personal concert, and I thought it was so cool because not only are her outfit is her outfit matching the it's culture appropriate, but she was performing and she does not perform. Homegirl is into her clothing line, into her makeup, and I thought she was overperforming, but look at her, she looks so great. She's still moving so great. And one of the videos that I seen was actually from a Samsung point of view, which was all the way in the back, and they zoomed in and zoomed out, and her just amazing. It was
her
amazing.
outfit. She's a great performer. I mean, I don't think anything will top her being pregnant at the Super Bowl that one year.
No, but
she's
still really, really good.
She's a really great performer.
I've seen
That's crazy. A private party.
Right? I used to grow up watching funny moments of Rihanna or funny moments of concerts with Rihanna. I was just such a big Rihanna fan. I still am. I love her and ASAP.
Okay,
to the next.
My TikTok
Everything
now for
you
the
need to
day.
know before you go to Chicago for the St. Patrick's Day river dyeing.
I'm
First
there,
off,
I'm
the
there, I'm
dyeing is
there.
happening
I
at 10 a.m.
know.
on March 16th, and a parade will follow at noon. The best places to watch are along the Riverwalk between Columbus and State Street. If you want to avoid the crowds below, though, watch from a rooftop like London House, or book a river-facing hotel room at any of the properties nearby. The dye is a magical vegetable-based powder that changes from orange to green when it hits the water, so it is safe for the environment, and once it's dyed, the river will usually stay green for up to 5 days. Mark your calendars
At
and
least
follow
it's safe
for
for
more
the
Chicago
environment.
travel.
But I am
So
excited.
that's what I did. I am so excited. I've never gone. I'm going for the first time this year. But no, I did not know that it's, good for the environment. It's just a dye.
I would hope so.
And even just seeing they gave you tips to go look. You can even
Mm-hmm.
book hotels for that night. You can go to the top of the rooftops on some dinners. Obviously the Riverwalk's the best view to be right in front of it.
Yeah.
But Chicago's gorgeous.
You get the best pictures.
Yes, and Chicago's gorgeous, and so to see the river, and then I love the color green. I love green so much.
I was like, you're wearing green right now. I know,
So
I know.
love green, so I'm just really excited that it's going to be so cool. And then a lot of people do go out, especially people who actually celebrate it for their culture. So I think that's really, really cool.
It's fun. I've gone to the parades before, but I've never really done anything as far as looking at the river. The river. I've never gotten to that point. I always
Okay.
just go to the parade and then go back home. But now I'm old enough so we can be outside.
Yes, they have a lot of nice things.
So exciting. Next up, we share some feel-good stories to surely brighten up your day. Need help calming down during yoga? Try meditating with bunnies. That's what one business in Wisconsin is doing. Partly to raise money for a good cause, String Theory is in Chippewa Falls, hosted yoga sessions on Sunday. This time with a few furry friends, Bunny Yoga was a fundraiser for the Chippewa Humane Association and the Happy House Rabbit Rescue. The money raised will help with spade and neuter costs and other supplies to take care of the bunnies. String Theory also held informational sessions for anyone looking to adopt or foster bunnies in their home.
Taylor Swift's songwriting skills may be somewhat genetic. The performer is related to famed poet Emily Dickinson. According to the company Ancestry, officials there posted a statement saying Swift and Dickinson are 6 cousins, 3 times removed, to be more specific. Both female writing stars descend from a 17th century English immigrant. He was the 6th and 9th great-grandfather to Dickinson and Swift. Respectively, Swift mentioned Dickinson's influence during her 2022 acceptance speech for the Songwriter Artist of the Decade Award from the Nashville Songwriters Association International. And in what may or may not be a coincidence, Swift's upcoming album is titled The Tortured Poets Department.
A Washington, D.C. man is celebrating quite a milestone, his 104th birthday. As a World War II veteran, Frank Brandon has seen a thing or two in his many years. He is believed to be one of the last living World War II combat Gilder pilots. He even survived a harrowing crash landing behind enemy lines in Northern Europe, only to be held in a German POW camp. But as you can see, Brandon made it back and says the fight to live in a free democracy is the worthiest of causes. He credits his longevity to good Lord and says he's unbelievably blessed. His advice, don't sweat the small stuff.
Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
What are you looking for?
Okay, so today I am here with founder and CEO of Fellers Counseling Group LLC and 2006 Lewis alumni Matthew Fellers. So thank you for joining us today.
Good
I
morning,
apologize,
good morning.
you want to be called Matt. Okay.
Either is fine, thank you.
All right, so welcome to the show.
Thank
Good
you,
morning
thank you for
to you.
having me. Good morning.
And so let's just kind of get into it. What was your major at Lewis? And you graduated in 2006.
That's
so
correct, yes,
you want to talk about a
2006.
little bit your time here?
Yeah. So my major when I was at Lewis was criminal justice. I actually came in as a business major my first year, but like most first-year students, you're trying to figure out what you like and what's going to be best for you. So I switched from business and I went to criminal justice.
Okay, and switching to criminal justice, was there like a reason? Did something trigger you to find your calling?
You know, I come from a law enforcement family. So my brother is a police deputy chief in the Chicago suburbs. My stepfather was a police sergeant. So it was kind of the family business. A little pressure there to get into it. But I got into criminal justice. I enjoyed it. I liked learning about the history of law enforcement, modern policing in the United States, and just an outlet for being able to help people is really what I was interested in.
Okay, so it's kind of was already in your background and you kind of just, okay,
Yeah.
I see that. And what did you end up doing with your degree?
So as soon as I graduated from Lewis in 2006, I was hired by a suburb in the Chicagoland area, LaGrange Park. I've worked there for the last 19 years, so I'm actually getting close to my 20th year, which for most in law enforcement, they know that's the magic number for being able to pension. So next year I will be retiring and I will be running full-time with my company.
Okay, and what do you do kind of as your job? Like as in LaGrange, excuse me.
So at LaGrange Park, I've served in different facets of it. I've served as a juvenile officer, patrol officer. I worked with the schools. I was a corporal, patrol sergeant, and then I also, one of my last function was working in public relations, special events as a sergeant.
Okay, and so how did Lewis University prepare you to go into one career but gave you the opportunity to transition?
So much like students coming into Lewis that are looking to figure out what they want to do, being here or being at Lewis when I was a student kind of gave me an idea that there's a lot of opportunities when you're going into your career field. So in preparing me for a career in criminal justice and law enforcement, I got to work with nonprofit organizations, both on campus while I was a student and as a police officer. So that kind of gave me an idea of what I would like to do post my retirement, working with nonprofit organizations and charities.
Okay. So that's kind of, we'll get a little bit more into that a little later to talk about that. But, you know, we now here at Lewis have the community engaged learning courses. So how would you think it would have steered you in a different direction if it existed while you were here at Lewis?
I think it would have probably guided me towards working with nonprofits a little sooner. I think I came to that journey through law enforcement and working with nonprofit organizations like Special Olympics Illinois, Misericordia, St. Jude's. So that kind of came through my career in law enforcement. If I had had community engaged learning while a student here, I think I would have probably been introduced to those organizations much sooner.
Okay. And do you feel like did you have like kind of a little like, now seeing it now, like, do you wish you were a student kind of now, like thinking back about like where you've grown now, just because like it's so much
I would
different?
say I wish I was a student now for a bunch of reasons. I'd love to go back. I'd love to go back and be 20 again. I had such a warm experience here at Lewis.
Okay.
Not only did I go here, but again, much like my family, my brother went to Lewis and graduated from Lewis. My uncle was here when
Okay.
my uncle and I were both members of Delta Sigma Pi, so we had a lot of engagement on Lewis's campus. So if I had it to do again, I would love the opportunity to have been involved in community engaged learning.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah.
A little background there.
Yeah.
And so what was a defining moment like you felt a calling to do something different?
Well, I ran a program in LaGrange Park called National Night Out. Now, that's a nationwide program that's hosted from coast to coast. It's a night where police departments and the villages or cities that they serve get together kind of in a very relaxed fashion and talk about safety, have kind of a fest. There's usually food, a lot of things for the kids to do. So I was running that program, and in doing so, we started to work with Special Olympics Illinois. And working with them, I got to very close with some of the athletes from Special Olympics Illinois, and I had a very touching interaction with one of their athletes, and it definitely guided me towards working with nonprofits in my post-career.
Okay, and do you still do National Night Out?
You know what? We pass that torch along because we want to give other officers and other sergeants an opportunity. And now that I'm in the very twilight of my police career, my focus is definitely growing and building my company. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So speaking like with the nonprofits that you've worked with, what does your company do?
So we find nonprofit organizations that are either in need of a fundraising structure to start or an improvement upon what they already have. So, a lot of times these nonprofit organizations don't have a sector dedicated to just fundraising. And what my company does is we come in, kind of assess what they have in terms of fundraising, and we create a holistic approach towards finding funds for them to fuel their missions. So we come in, we create different opportunities for funding and different opportunities for them to, meet their goals and what they're looking to do.
Okay. And so, just for anybody kind of out there that wants to start like getting involved with nonprofits, could there get any advice you would give them or like kind of a push forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Just get started. I mean, it's a simple answer, but find a nonprofit that means something to you. You have to start with what you connect with. If you love working with animals, get involved with an animal shelter. If you love working with people that are on the autism spectrum, ASD, get involved with a foundation that helps those families that are raising those children with that. Just get involved, and once you find one that you love, you will grow within that organization. So. And
do you feel you've grown? Like, just lastly to wrap it up, like, do you feel that you've kind of grown like with your company, or like is there more that you want to do? Yeah, well, yes, I absolutely feel like I've grown with what I'm doing now. I'm working with amazing people. The journey has been so exciting, and the company's been running for 2 years. In that time, the growth of what we're doing and who we're helping is just astounding to me. I work with amazing people. I've got amazing people working for me. We're expanding into different states to help in both Texas and Florida and different areas. And we are growing at the rate we're helping our organizations grow. So it's amazing. It's a wonderful symbiotic relationship, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. Wow. Well, that's great. You came here at Lewis. You're, helping out students, helping out nonprofits. So that's really good. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show for today, and we will be right back.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
It took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Well, that is it for today. We hope you enjoyed this morning of Good Morning Lewis.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.